Today I just want to have a brief discussion about the different types of GTUs that you would find available, where they would be used, and some important notes about them. The first one that I want to deal with is a Quattro GTU. This GTU here, let's put those aside. This GTU is typically used in a commercial environment, and it's a fiber in to dedicated polarity outputs. So we have one vertical low, one horizontal low, one vertical high, one horizontal high, and one DTT. All GI equipment is not compatible with analog terrestrial broadcasts, so please only digital broadcasts. You must just bear that in mind, please. So where you would find a multi-switch like this is in a commercial environment. So let's say you wanted to build a hybrid based system, run fiber from a dish on the roof and a GTU on every floor, and then convert back to copper per floor. You would then put this multi-switch, the Quattro multi-switch, to feed a traditional multi-switch or a SetC RG multi-switch. You would also use a GTU like this to feed a head end. So let's say that you wanted to have a bank of decoders with modulators or a TDX head end, things like that. You would take a fiber from a dish, run 100 meters of cable. You would first run into an attenuator. So on that note, you need to understand that all GTUs can receive a signal of +1 dBm maximum. So you cannot take an output from a fiber L&B, which is at +7, and put it directly into the GTU. If you do that, you will cause a reflection, and you will damage the optical receiver inside of here, and you will damage the transmitter inside of the L&B itself. So please, you need to make sure that your optical levels are below +1 when connecting it up to the GTUs. You would then obviously feed it into the attenuator, then from the attenuator into the GTU, and run copper from here into a multi-switch. So like I said, this is mainly used in commercial systems or hybrid based systems. The two types of GTUs that are used in domestic environments are these two here. This is a quad GTU, so you have fiber coming in, and you have 4 universal outputs. So each of these outputs can be any of the 4 polarizations. We can have it all vertical low, or one vertical low, one vertical high, one horizontal low, one horizontal high. Typically this is what you would use in a pure fiber based system, and we would feed from here. If we're just connecting it up to a decoder, this would be compatible with legacy only decoders. So anyone with a 1131, a 1110, SDPVR, HDPVR, 2P, all of these would be able to plug the cable directly in here in order for it to work. Should they require an Explorer or a SetC RG decoder, you would need to install a mud switch physically connected to this device in order for it to be SetC RG compatible. But that's too many devices, so quite a nice, neat solution is to use this one here. This is a SetC RG GTU, so you can see it looks quite nice and neat. It's all covered up here. This unit takes fiber in. Same rules apply. The signal cannot be more than +1 dB on 1310 or 1550 nanometers. And we have 2 coaxial outputs. Now each of these outputs supports 16 user bands. So I can connect up an Explorer over here onto this one here, and another Explorer onto this one here, not having to change any of the user bands because it's an independent chipset. I can also connect up an Explorer over here and use a legacy based decoder to connect up to this one. So if I have an old 1131 that I want in extra view, I would simply connect that, or an OVHD decoder or something along those lines. Or let's say I have an SDPVR. I could take both the cables from the SDPVR and connect it here, and the chip will automatically switch between SetC RG or legacy depending on what it receives from the decoder. This type of solution is a lot more elegant than having a GTU plus a mud switch. This way you only have one device plugged into the network. There's one point of failure, and the system will be a lot more reliable. There's no coaxial cable linking it. It makes it look a lot neater and more presentable. And from a cost perspective, the cost of a quad GTU plus a mud switch is more expensive than buying this switch here. And the fact that it does universal and SetC RG is very handy. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you need some help putting together a fiber design, please be in touch with our technical departments. We'd be happy to assist you.